there was kind of this smear on Donald Trump. Do you want to take the lead on this, Hannah Claire?
Yeah, I'm happy to.
Yeah.
So there is, I guess, a book coming out in affiliation with Daily Beast, and they ran this headline that was like, Donald Trump offered his bed to a female congresswoman, trying to act as if he is like, you know, the media's argument against Trump always, since before he was president or in politics, is like he's a womanizer, right? When he was a star in the 80s and 90s.
To be fair,
look,
yeah.
There is a reason. I've heard that, especially during the first campaign, Melania Trump was like, we don't spend more than one night away from each other or something like that.
Yeah, she knew. She knew.
Look, all marriages function in different ways. But that sounds really scandalous, right? And especially with all of the civil litigation brought against him with that crazy E. Jean Carroll and her whack book and claims about whatever happened in a department store dressing room. There's obviously this like desire for Trump to be some sort of like sexual predator, but it turns out that congresswoman was Anna Paulina Luna from Florida, and she responded to it. And
good choice, Trump. Good choice. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I thought her response, because I saw the headline and I was like, this is stupid. I'm not even going to click on it. But I thought her response was really interesting for a couple of reasons. So I don't know if you want to read it, but she said basically she was flying on his plane, Air Force One, and at the time she was experiencing what ultimately ended up being preeclampsia, which is makes your pregnancy high risk. You can have high blood pressure, you
bedridden,
seizures. Like it's very serious. And she was unwell. And Trump was like, hey, if you need to lie down or have time to yourself, you can use the bedroom that's on Air Force One. She's like, he offered it in front of my husband. We both felt like it was respectful. He also made sure the medical team on the plane knew what was going on and could assist me. He sent her a letter at the end being like, hope the baby's good. It's going to be a winner just like its parents. Like, it was actually
not salacious at all.
Wow. Yeah. And also like all of these people, like, it's not totally fair to generalize the Daily Beast on this, but the side that is like, we're progressive, we're for women, you're taking away their health care, you're taking away their rights when you want to allow abortion, twisted this story about a woman suffering from a pregnancy-related complication into it's a sex scandal. When actually it's about like her health. Like, he's going out of his way to make sure mother and baby are okay. Yeah. And you guys just want it to be a story about how he's a bad, horrible guy.
Yeah, these leftoids always expose themselves for how they actually feel about women, because they are way more, they dehumanize women way more than what they pretend like the right does. First of all, we don't even have an identity anymore to the left. We're just like birthing people, men can be women now. But also, that's a lot of the hate comments that I get from the left as well. Somebody got mad at me just in my DM request yesterday because of a pro-Trump little reel that I made, and they're like, oh, good luck to you, your options are gonna be either marrying a rich man or selling your body on the internet doing LF. And it's like,
that's it.
Wow. So because I'm a woman, that's my only options of
Melanie, marry rich. That's a way better option. I'm just going to be clear.
Yeah, if you could, I do have a thing going on out here on my property, by the way. We could talk about that later. There's a few rules, but you could always retire to my farm and take care of the animals.
She cut her hair, she lost that option, but
it's not. Yeah, I mean, she could grow it back. It's no big deal. Yeah, Representative Paulina Luna wrote, I don't usually respond to nasty headlines, but the book allegedly using my name to attack Trump, his marriage, our first lady, while implying something distasteful about me, I have to speak up. I was very pregnant, experiencing undiagnosed preeclampsia symptoms, when Donald Trump kindly offered me the back room on his plane if I felt unwell. He did this respectfully in front of my husband, and we both thanked him. He also ensured a medical team was ready and available on board. Aware of my condition, weeks later, I was induced due to preeclampsia. President Trump was extremely sensitive and compassionate to me and my husband. I'm disgusted the author ignores that. Neither me nor my husband felt disrespected by President Trump in any way. The author never even contacted me, so this book is likely a baseless hit piece. I mean, talk about your all-time backfires. This isn't just like, hey, this isn't as bad as you think. It's, oh, actually, Trump's ultimate Chad gentleman.
Mhm.
Like, it's not even like, you know what I mean? It's not like,
Well, he's like
hey
a
guys,
full-on
there's
grandpa,
context.
you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Yeah.
he's out here like, Anna, you're so beautiful and talented. I don't want you to be in any kind of medical trouble. I want your baby to be okay. Like, how can I assist you? That's like big family energy. That's very, very compassionate. And instead, they can only see him as this one-dimensional character they have created for him.
Well, and that's also the thing with the left is they don't understand chivalry. They think that if anybody shows any ounce of chivalry, it's because they want in your girl's pants. Like,
well, that's because that's how they are, right?
Exactly. That it's all projected. They can't fathom the concept of, oh, here's a man who is being chivalrous to a woman out of just because he's a Chad gentleman. They can't understand that. There's like, oh wait, but he's not getting anything out of it. But wait, he can't get in her pants, doesn't he? Oh, mind is breaking right now.
And do you think Melania Trump is at all offended by this? Like, Melania Trump's obsessed with her kid. I'm sure that she would have been like, yes, of course, this pregnant mom who's feeling awful, expecting her first baby, if we can assist her, we should do that. Like, I don't think that there is this rift between the president and first lady that the media wants there to be.
Yeah.
It's a narrative that they are constantly trying to bolster with bad evidence. And I think that it's crazy that they didn't even reach out to Anna Paulina Luna to confirm the story because they knew it was wrong.
Ever since the grab 'em, story.
Yeah.
And Trump used to walk around back when we had beauty pageants. First of all, I totally believe he did that. But second of all, I don't think any of those women cared. It was none of those women coming out to complain. It was like fat, ugly liberals who were like, oh, Donald Trump used to mosey around where women were changing during his beauty contests. Never mind the fact there was probably 100 other people doing the exact same thing.
Oh, that's the thing at beauty contests and things like that. Like, they're just changing in front of, there's all kinds of people. You're changing, like models and stuff. They're used to that. They change in front of everybody. So yeah, that's very normal. Also, the thing with the left is they don't believe in any path to redemption at all. It's like they can find something that, oh, Donald Trump may have done this or said this 20 years ago or 30 years ago, and then they're just going to hold that over his head for the rest of his life.
Yeah, and then this post got ruthless. This is what, I still think that X has a long way to go to really call itself a true free speech platform. I do believe that first of all, I can tell you right now, Elon has some hate boner against Rumble. Like,
really?
You never see Rumble trending. You might see it on your For You tab. And for a long time, if you post Rumble links, just like any other videos, they get demoted. He very rarely mentions Rumble.
Wow.
Because he sees it as a competitor, which I understand.
Yeah, I think he wants X to be like an all-in-one entertainment platform, but it's so far
they have in
from it
China.
right now. It's just not even close to that right now. It's not, especially for creators and stuff. Like, it's just not feasible to use X in that way unless you're on like their favorite list where they pay out like a crazy amount, because there's no rhyme or reason to their payouts. I don't think.
No, and you can't make.
If you're on their good list, you make good money. And all the rest of us not on the good list, it's like it's not worth that much effort to even try to.
Well, if you're carrying his baby, he'll make sure you get $25,000 a month in ad revenue.
Right.
But like, even on X, they're like, this Daily Beast post got ruthlessly ratioed and like community noted. Like Representative Anna Paulina, woman in question, has responded to this and says nothing inappropriate occurred. The situation is presenting out of context. I mean, like, you have to give Elon and Community Notes huge credit, even though I think Community Notes also has its problems.
It does.
With leftist bias. Community Notes does a far better job now than any other solution really did before. And so, yeah, I mean, this was a really bizarre kind of attack that I don't really understand why the Daily Beast tried it, but I think it really did prove that like this kind of attack, this attack vector on Trump no longer has any value anymore, right? It's just not picking up any steam anymore.
They put out this story that he's like, I guess, inappropriately propositioning a female congresswoman. And then it turns out that he cares more about her health and her unborn baby's health than the media or anyone else does. Like,
Right.
actually,
Yeah.
it's a total win for him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why this story, when presented in the appropriate context, would be bad. I think if we're going to live in a pro-family culture, this is one of the things that we have to do, which is like aid women who are experiencing complications during pregnancy.
Well,
Well,
this is. Go ahead.
When the left wants to attack people, they will, and they will lie to do it. It just shows that they have no integrity, they have no moral foundation, they're godless people, and so their only motive here is, I don't like Trump, so I want Trump to look bad. It doesn't matter if there's truth to it or anything like that. It doesn't matter if they've got to completely fabricate it. All they want to do is damage his reputation. They don't care about truth. None of that matters to them.